Over 9 million tourists visited the Philippines in 2024. Sounds impressive, right? Except it ranks 11th in Southeast Asia for tourism. Thailand? 40 million visitors. Vietnam? 18 million. Even Cambodia gets more tourists. So what's going on? For decades, travelers have been skipping the Philippines, dismissing it as too dangerous, too hard to reach, too expensive. But here's the thing, none of that is actually true. And the tourists who finally discover this? They kick themselves for not coming sooner. If you've ever wondered why this tropical paradise with over 7,600 islands has been the region's best-kept secret, this is for you. Let's start with the elephant in the room, perception. Most travelers think the Philippines is dangerous, crime-ridden, unstable. So they book Bali instead. They go to Thailand. They play it safe. Meet Sarah. She's a 34-year-old teacher from Australia. For years, she planned the same trip everyone plans. 2 weeks in Bali. Beaches, temples, rice terraces. The Instagram checklist. Then one day, a friend sent her a TikTok. It was a surfer riding a perfect barrel at Cloud 9 in Siargao. Crystal clear water. Zero crowds. Just one guy, one wave, pure flow. Sarah thought it was Photoshop. She looked up Siargao. She saw the price of flights. She saw the cost of beachfront huts. And she booked a ticket the next day. 10 days later, she'd island hopped from Siargao to Palawan to Coron. She swam in hidden lagoons. She dove with sea turtles. She ate fresh mango for breakfast every morning for less than $2. Her words? I realized I'd been fed the wrong story my whole life. And here's the kicker. The 2023 Global Peace Index ranks the Philippines safer than the United States, the United Kingdom, and France when it comes to violent crime per capita. So if it's not safety keeping tourists away, what is it? Here's the second myth, bad infrastructure. Travelers hear that phrase and imagine dirt roads, no Wi-Fi, and sketchy buses. That might have been true in 2005. But in 2025? It's laughable. Manila's Ninoy Aquino International Airport handled 47 million passengers in 2024. The new Mactancebu Airport? Ranked in the top 10 in Asia by Skytrax. And if you think the internet is slow? Think again. Meet James. He's a 29-year-old digital nomad from the UK. For 3 years, he avoided the Philippines because everyone told him the internet was trash. You can't work remotely there, they said. Then he caved. He went to Siargao for the surfing. And you know what he found? 100 megabits per second fiber internet in beach huts. Co-working spaces with espresso machines and standing desks. Reliable power. Fast uploads. He stayed for 6 months. And his productivity? It actually increased. Don't believe me? The 2024 Speed Test Global Index ranks the Philippines 43rd in the world for internet speed. That's ahead of Italy. Ahead of Greece. Ahead of New Zealand. You won't be stranded in the digital dark ages. But here's what the guidebooks won't tell you. Everyone assumes Bali is cheaper. They're wrong. According to the 2024 Backpacker Index, the average daily spend in Bali is $85. In the Philippines? $52. A beach hut in El Nido costs $15 a night. In Bali? $40. A fresh seafood dinner on the beach in Coron? $8. In Bali? $25. Meet Maria. She's a 26-year-old backpacker from Canada. She'd saved up $3,000 for 3 weeks in Bali. Beaches, diving, nightlife, the works. At the last minute, a hostel friend convinced her to switch to the Philippines. Same itinerary. Same activities. Same vibe. Her total cost? $1,800. She extended her trip by 10 days with the savings. She went scuba diving in Molbol. She took a boat to Apo Island. She swam with whale sharks in Oslo. Her reaction? I can't believe I almost missed this. The 2024 Numbeo Cost of Living Index says it all. Manila is 47% cheaper than Bangkok and 62% cheaper than Singapore. Your dollar stretches further in the Philippines than almost anywhere in Asia. But wait, there's more to this budget advantage that nobody talks about. Local transportation. In Bali, a private driver costs $50 a day. In the Philippines, a tricycle ride across town is $1. A full-day island-hopping boat tour with lunch? $20 per person. Street food. In Bangkok, pad thai at a night market runs you $4 to $5. In Manila, you get pancit, lumpia, and a grilled skewer for under $3 total. Activities. Diving in Bali costs $80 per dive. In the Philippines, you're looking at $25 to $30 for the same experience, often with better visibility and more marine life. Meet Carlos. He's a 31-year-old bartender from Spain. He'd been saving for 2 years to get his potty certification in Thailand. The course alone was going to cost him $500, plus accommodation, food, and flights. Then he found a dive shop in Molbol advertising the same certification for $280, all-inclusive. He thought it was a scam. He read reviews. All 5 stars. He took the risk. For days later, he was a certified diver. He'd seen sardine runs so thick they blocked out the sun. He'd swum with thresher sharks at dawn. He'd explored World War II shipwrecks covered in coral. His words? I paid half the price for twice the experience. But there's one thing that still scares tourists away, and it's not what you think. The language barrier. Or rather, the language barrier that doesn't exist. Most travelers worry, will I understand anyone? Will anyone understand me? Will I get lost, scammed, or stranded because I don't speak Tagalog? Here's the truth, 92% of Filipinos speak English. That's higher than Singapore at 83% and nearly double Malaysia at 50%. Meet Akira. He's a 41-year-old entrepreneur from Japan. He speaks zero Tagalog. His English is basic, enough to order food and book hotels, but not much more. He landed in Cebu, expecting confusion. Instead, the airport security guard helped him find his baggage. The taxi driver recommended a restaurant. The hotel receptionist gave him a walking tour of the neighborhood. All in English. His words? I felt less lost here than I did in Paris. Here's the surprise. The Philippines is the only country in Asia where English is an official language and spoken everywhere, from tricycle drivers to street vendors to doctors. You won't need Google Translate. You won't mime your order. You'll have real conversations. But here's where it gets even better. Filipinos don't just speak English. They understand Western humor. They get your pop culture references. They've watched the same movies, listened to the same music, followed the same memes. Meet Sophie. She's a 28-year-old nurse from Toronto. She traveled through Japan, South Korea, and Thailand. Beautiful countries, incredible experiences, but she always felt like an outsider looking in. In the Philippines, something shifted. She joked with her tour guide about a viral TikTok sound. He laughed and sent her one back. They spent the boat ride trading memes. At dinner, her server asked if she'd seen the latest Marvel movie. They debated the ending for 10 minutes. In a beach bar, she heard Bruno Mars playing. The bartender told her Bruno's mom is Filipina. They talked about music for an hour. Her realization? I didn't feel like a tourist. I felt like I was visiting distant cousins who just happened to live in paradise. That cultural bridge? That's something you don't get in most of Asia. And it changes everything. But here's the real secret no one talks about. The Philippines doesn't have a tourism problem. It has a visibility problem. Thailand's tourism budget? $200 million a year. Vietnam? $150 million. The Philippines? Just $35 million. That's from the 2023 UN WTO report. While Thailand floods European airports with ads and Vietnam sponsors travel influencers, the Philippines has been silent. Meet Luca. He's a 38-year-old photographer from Italy. For years, he traveled Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia. He never once saw a single ad for the Philippines. Then one day, scrolling Instagram, he saw a reel. It was a drone shot of Coron's twin lagoon, 2 bodies of water separated by jagged limestone, 1 emerald, 1 sapphire, connected by a narrow passage you swim through. He thought it was the Maldives. He checked the geotag. Coron, Palawan, Philippines. He checked the price. 1/3 the cost of the Maldives. He booked immediately. Luca's been back 4 times since. He shows everyone his photos. And every single time, they don't believe it's real. Wait, that's not Photoshop? That's not a resort rendering? That's an actual place I can go to? It is. 7,641 islands. That's more than Greece and Indonesia combined. Palawan was voted the world's best island 3 years in a row by Condé Nast Traveler. You've got the Chocolate Hills, over 1,200 perfectly cone-shaped hills that turn brown in the dry season, looking like giant Hershey's Kisses dropped from the sky. The Puerto Princesa Underground River, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, where you kayak through cathedral-sized caves filled with stalactites and bats. Whale sharks in Donsol and Oslab that you can swim alongside, no cages, no crowds, no tours full of screaming tourists. The Bano rice terraces, carved into mountains 2,000 years ago by indigenous tribes, still farmed by hand today. Vigan, a Spanish colonial town frozen in time, with cobblestone streets and horse-drawn carriages. The Dabataha Reefs, rated one of the top 10 dive sites on Earth, where you'll see manta rays, hammerhead sharks, and sea turtles in water so clear it feels like flying. And here's the crazy part. Most of these places have no entrance fees. The Chocolate Hills? Free. The rice terraces? Free. Swimming with whale sharks in Donsol? $20. The world's most beautiful islands have been hiding in plain sight because no one's been shouting about them. So why are tourists finally catching on now? In the last 3 years, the Philippines went from invisible to unstoppable. And it's all because of social media. Hashtag Siargao on TikTok? 1.2 billion views. Hashtag El Nido? 890 million. Hashtag Quran? 650 million. Mirema. She's a 22-year-old travel creator from the US. In 2023, she posted one video of Kalangaman Island, a tiny sandbar in the middle of the ocean, nothing but white sand and turquoise water for miles. It got 8 million views in 48 hours. Her comments exploded. Where is this? Is this real? I thought this was CGI. Her DMs are still full of people thanking her for changing their travel plans. And it's not just influencers. It's regular travelers posting phone videos that go viral. A sunset in El Nido. A waterfall in Kawasan. A beach bonfire in Siquijor. The algorithm loves the Philippines because the Philippines is objectively stunning. No filters needed. No editing tricks. Just raw, undeniable beauty. According to the 2024 Travel Trends Report, Philippines tourism grew 34% year-over-year, the fastest growth rate in Southeast Asia. The secret's out. The crowds are coming. But right now, it's still your moment. Here's what happens next. In 5 years, El Nido will look like Bali. Siargao will be the new Phuket. Coron will be fully booked year-round, and prices will triple. You think I'm exaggerating? Bali in 2010, 2.5 million tourists. Bali in 2024, 6.3 million. It's overcrowded, overpriced, and it's lost its charm. The same thing happened to Phuket, to Koh Samui, to Boracay, which was actually shut down for 6 months in 2018 because it became an environmental disaster from over-tourism. And you know what the Philippine government did after that? They implemented sustainable tourism policies. They limited daily visitors to certain islands. They banned single-use plastics in tourist areas. But those protections only work when the crowds are manageable. Right now, you can visit El Nido on a random Tuesday and have entire beaches to yourself. You can dive Apo Island and see only 5 other divers all day. You can hike to Osmeña Peak and not wait in line for a photo. In 5 years? That window closes. If you've been putting off the Philippines because you thought it wasn't ready, it's been ready. You just didn't know. Meet David. He's a 52-year-old retiree from the US. He's traveled Asia for 30 years. Bangkok in the 90s, Saigon in the 2000s, Bali before it blew up. He finally visited the Philippines in 2024. His words? This is what Thailand felt like in 1995. Untouched. Alive. He's moving there next year. And he's not alone. The Philippines offers a special resident retirees visa. You deposit $10,000 in a Philippine bank, and you can live there indefinitely. No annual renewals. No hassles. Compare that to Thailand's retirement visa, which requires $25,000 in a Thai bank and annual renewals with mountains of paperwork. For digital nomads, the Philippines doesn't have a formal digital nomad visa yet, but enforcement is practically non-existent. As long as you're paying for accommodation and not taking local jobs, nobody cares. Plus, the time zone works. Manila is only 1 hour behind Tokyo, 2 hours ahead of Dubai, and perfectly positioned for calls with both Europe and the US. And the expat community? It's exploding. In 2019, there were about 250,000 foreign nationals living in the Philippines. In 2024, over 400,000. They're opening cafes, starting dive shops, building eco-resorts, creating co-working spaces. They're becoming part of the fabric of island life, and they're doing it while spending half of what they'd spend in Bali or Chiang Mai. The Philippines isn't just a place to visit anymore. It's becoming a place to live. But let's talk about the elephant in the room that I haven't addressed yet. Typhoons. Everyone's heard about them. The Philippines sits in the typhoon belt. Every year, 20 typhoons pass through. Some of them are devastating. So why would anyone visit? Here's what nobody tells you. Typhoon season is predictable. July to October is peak season. November to June? You're almost guaranteed perfect weather. Most tourists visit between December and May, when the skies are blue, the seas are calm, and the temperatures hover around 85 degrees every single day. Meet Rachel. She's a 33-year-old lawyer from London. She visited El Nido in February. She spent 2 weeks there. Not a single drop of rain. She swam in the small lagoon. She kayaked through the big lagoon. She snorkeled at Shimizu Island and saw more fish than she'd seen in her entire life. Her friends back home kept asking, "What if a typhoon hits?" Her response? "I checked the forecast. February is the driest month of the year. I had a better chance of seeing snow in London." And here's the other thing. Filipinos are experts at living with typhoons. Buildings are reinforced. Early warning systems are world-class. Evacuations are efficient. If a typhoon is coming, you'll know days in advance, and you'll be moved to safety. Plus, tourism infrastructure is concentrated in areas that are either typhoon-resistant or outside the main typhoon corridor. Palawan? Rarely hit. Siargao? Occasionally brushed, but it rebuilds fast. Boracay? Protected by surrounding islands. The risk is real, but it's manageable. And if you visit during the dry season, it's barely a factor. The Philippines isn't the future of travel. It's the present, before everyone else realizes it. So here's my question for you. Would you risk visiting a hidden paradise now, while it's still affordable, uncrowded, and raw? Or would you wait until it's on every Instagram feed, hotel prices triple, and the beaches are packed? Drop a palm tree emoji if you're booking the Philippines this year. Drop an hourglass if you think you've already waited too long. And if you're still on the fence, wait until you hear what happens when you visit the islands that aren't even on the tourist map yet. I'll cover that next.